Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my bi-weekly review for this week's issue of the Walking Dead comic book series. We're seeing the beginning of the end for the All-Out War story arc. This week we got to see The Walking Dead issue 125, part 11 of 12 of All-Out War. Let's do the review. Right, and as always, my reviews do contain spoilers, so for anyone who has not read this issue yet, you may not want to watch this because I'm going to spoil the hell out of it for you. Unless you just don't care and you just kind of want to hear what happens if you don't intend on reading it. I highly suggest you read this issue before you watch this review because I'm going to spoil it. That said, this issue was awesome, dude. I mean awesome. The second last part, so we have one more chapter in the All-Out War story arc, and this one did not let down whatsoever. So, let's just get it right out there. Let's talk about it. Rick slashing Negan in the throat, man, awesome. As soon as I read that, I just lost my shit. So, but the thing about it is, if you look at the page very carefully, it looks like it's right here, right at the right side. Now, I don't know how, well, we can't really see how deep it is or anything of the sort like that, but it could be a fatal blow. Yeah, it's right here. I would think so, because, you know, you have your jugular and all those veins that go up to your head. Like if you read someone's pulse, you read it right there, right? So you have all that pressure that goes up to the brain. So if he got it deep enough there, I would think that right there, we've just seen the fatal blow to Negan, man. Wow. Do I think it is? Do I think it isn't? It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. I've looked at the splash page a lot of times, and it's like, oh man, you know, the thing is that Kirkman writes it in, and then Charlie Adler takes it, and he draws it. So sometimes in the translation there, for example, with the Carl's eye thing, there was people pointing out that if you actually got shot there in that part of the brain, you would die for sure. There's no way you could survive that. You had, you know, all kinds of people going into scientific details about things like that. And we can't really say for sure that Negan's dead, but it looks like it. It damn well looks like it, because that is, we don't know how deep, but I mean, you know, all of your main, you know, I mean, your neck is such a vulnerable point. If you get stabbed anywhere or slashed anywhere in the throat or anything, oh man, you know, surviving that, I don't know. So we can't say for sure yet, but it's not looking good for Negan. Looks like Rick may have just landed a fatal blow, and that could be it, because we only have one chapter left of All Out War. So I think it would make sense that if he slashes him like that, Negan goes down. Dwight's on his side. We know that. He's got Jesus and the others, the small group that he brought over, flanked on the left side. I think it's left side, yeah. And then he's got, of course, the gates behind him. Now, what is Negan's group going to do once they see that Negan has been slashed in the throat? Are they still going to be loyal to him? It seems like he's kind of like a dictator that everyone hates, that just want to kill him, but he's got so much power they were never really able to do it. At least we get that view from Carson, Dwight, and all the others who have turned against him throughout this war, so to speak. So, of course, that right there was one of the best moments in the Walking Dead comic book series ever, I'd have to say, since it's such a crucial character, our main villain of the series, Negan, and what happened to him there. So there's that. So that was awesome. In addition to that, I really liked Rick's speech going up to it. How he's kind of talking Negan into, you know, all the different things that they could do, you know, the different options versus his strategy and what they've been doing so far. You know, Rick's talking about like a bartering system. You know, maybe we could, you know, cast bullets. The Hilltop can, you know, grow the food. And then we can barter. We can trade. We can have free trade, and we can, you know, trade between each other. And everything can be fine. We don't have to have this big, huge war in order to live peacefully. And Negan's got this look on his face that's drawn like this, like as if he's dumbfounded. Now, I don't know if he's messing with him, like if he's about to say something, about to do something, like I don't give an F, or whatever the case may be. Who knows? It's kind of hard to say, but from the look on his face, it looks like he's kind of buying into all of these ideas that Rick has and the different things that they could potentially do. So who knows what Negan would have done after that, if he was just kind of faking it and then was going to be like, you know, because there was all the talk about peeing at the beginning of the issue. You know, Negan's talking about peeing on him after he kills him. I I don't know what to make of it, but he's talking about that. So was he buying into it? I don't know, or if he was gonna. As I'm reading it, I'm just like, oh, something's gonna happen. There's no way they can just talk this. Something's gonna happen. I was thinking Negan was gonna take a swing at him or something. I don't know, but as soon as I read that page when Rick took a swipe at him and landed, then Lucille was dropping. I was like, oh man, I just lost it. It was so awesome. So that said, we had that. I love the part at the end there. Let's rewind a bit to the beginning of the issue. So yes, we had Negan and Dwight. Negan's talking about peeing on Rick, whatever the case may be, talking about wanting to kill him, saying little Carl is going to be crying through his exposed eye socket. So that was pretty funny. And Negan's always got these great one-liners. You have Nicholas, who's dying. You have Carl, who gives a pep talk to Mikey, I think it is. And it's just like, it's one hell of a pep talk. He's just like basically telling him, everyone's going to tell you this, everyone's going to tell you that. But in reality, he's going to die. It's always going to suck. And, basically make it a part of you. Don't forget. That way you can protect yourself. But he's just such a little badass, Carl, man. He's really cold. Like, I think when he grows up, he could be colder than anybody. Colder than the governor, colder than Negan, anybody of the sort. So I like that a lot. We find out Dwight shot him with a clean arrow, so Rick's going to be okay. He doesn't have any kind of really much of a fever or anything like that. And obviously, because he's still moving pretty quick when he threw that blade out there against Negan. And let's see. I think that's pretty much, this was a pretty dense episode. There's the line with Andrea, "We don't die." I liked it, man. I really like that line too, because we don't have Andrea in the television series, so it kind of makes who she is in the comic book series really special, because she's a one-time type character. It's the opposite of Daryl in the television series. Daryl is only in the TV series, which makes him special. Andrea is really only in the comic book series, this version of her, where she's a survivor, she's a sniper, all this stuff, and that makes her really special too. So really love her as a character, and love having her around, love reading everything to do with Andrea. Such a cool character that definitely I miss having in the television series, and also what they did with her in the TV series. Went a totally different direction with her in the TV show, so definitely like the comic book series version of her a lot better. You had Eugene and Carson. They were on their way. They arrived there, got inside. Eugene talked about all the ammunition he has, everything of the sort, and looks like everything's on the up and up. Everything's looking really good for Rick all the way through up until the end here. We'll have to see what happens, but I think pretty much guaranteed one of the two of them's not making it out. If Negan's dead, if that's a fatal slice, that's it for him. It looks like Rick won. Or the opposite, if Negan somehow survives that and Negan's men attack Rick and kill him, man, this is coming right down to the wire. One issue left. I just can't wait to read the final issue of All Out War. This has been absolutely amazing. How could I give this issue anything but a 10 out of 10? I thought it was incredible. So exciting and intense when you see Rick just kind of get up there and by himself just walk out right in front of Negan. Right then, right there, not scared. That's the type of character that's just, a great leader. Someone that's not scared to put himself directly in front of, harm's way, and take a gamble like that in order to preserve peace and to finish it. So, man, that was really awesome. I absolutely loved it. And let me know what you guys think is going to happen next. That's the biggest question. What's going to happen next? Is Negan dead now? Is Rick gonna make it out of there, or are we seeing something that next issue will be twisted and somehow Negan will make it out or something, or they'll both go down swinging, they'll both die? Man, I just don't know what to say. Maybe I'll do a predictions video for issue 125 or 126. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see a predictions issue for the final predictions video for the final issue of this All Out War story arc, let me know. And let me know what you thought about this issue and whether or not you think Negan's dead now, if that was a fatal blow or not. Man, incredible, absolutely incredible. The Walking Dead comic book series. At least when the TV show is not on, we've got the comic book series, the original storyline that started it all. The best comic book series I've ever read. My favorite ever. I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. This is Trev, as always, saying peace.